after. Yes, this is going to be a YouTube video. This is definitely going into YouTube. I think also going live later don't help the views because it's cool nights. For sure. But let's get into breaking this down,
step back is back.
This is Simply Grinding's video, man. If y'all want to check out the actual video for yourself, it's Simply Grinding. And I am going to plug whoever's video I'm using because that's the right thing to do. So this is Simply Grinding's video on YouTube.
NBA 2K25. Trae Young Escape is back in NBA 2K25. TakeOver has been completely revamped in
I don't know why he's saying things are back like they ever left.
NBA 2K25. From how fast you get it all the way to losing TakeOver if you miss a single shot.
Don't like that. I don't like that you lose your whole TakeOver when you have TakeOver. If you miss one shot,
has had some minor changes, including when you should start the dunk meter animation for
this dunk meter. I don't understand. I am having the hardest time trying to figure out this dunk meter. When do you
time the best results? If you think 6'8" builds are going to be too slow and too big to be viable, you are 100% wrong. Mainly because Giannis Antetokounmpo moving crossover will absolutely be
It disappears. The dunk meter
feeding slashers families all year long. And finally, there are brand new badges in NBA 2K25, like including one specific shooting badge that is the most overpowered badge I have ever seen. And no, it's not Legend Limitless Reign. You just learned 10 things about NBA 2K25 in less than a minute. Imagine how much you learn if you watch the whole video.
Do you just like let go of the dunk meter whenever? No, 2K drops next Wednesday at 7 in the morning. 7 in the morning Central Time. That shit is ridiculous. Granted, hopefully it takes all day for the servers to act right, and then it works as soon as I get home. Jimmy, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this game is completely different. To me,
what's up, Simply Squad? It's your boy Gameplay.
The movement so far to me looks like
and I need y'all to drop a like
2021 and
because
17.
the second this video hits 1K likes, I will drop the first ever 3v3 Rivet City Park gameplay on NBA 2K25. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all are in for a treat today because not only am I breaking down everything you need to know about NBA 2K25 gameplay in this video, tomorrow I'm also gonna be breaking down the entire 2K25 builder. That means I'm showing you guys all 72 takeovers, every single badge requirement, the attribute
everything looks so quick.
Ratings you need to unlock every single contact dunk animation and
so
much more. I'm going so in depth in that video that by the time you're done watching, you will literally be able to lab your 2K25 build a week before you even get on the game. So make sure you're subbed with notifications on so you don't miss out on that. Even if you think you're already subbed,
So Dawson, we are doing the giveaway. Once we hit either 50 Discord members or once we hit 150 Twitch followers, we are close. We are pushing it, bro. We are really close. So he's gonna break it all down later, I assume. I think this is just like his intro part of the video. So we are doing a giveaway. Dawson, if you win that giveaway, bro, I'll buy you 2K. Because I think option 1 for the giveaway is gonna be a customized jersey. Like either a baseball or basketball style jersey with someone's name on the back, whatever number they want, and like clown show on the front and a logo. Would I be messed up to make alts on DC to join? What? I don't know what you mean. So yeah, that's option 1. But like, say you won it and was like, hey, just buy me 2K. Okay, I got you.
Double check and make sure that bell is clicked, because trust me, you do not want to miss out. Now, without further ado, let's break down this gameplay. All right, y'all, we're going to cover things in order of most importance. And the most important change in NBA 2K25 by far are the changes to TakeOver. In past years,
also with the giveaway, bro, we are going to, it's going to be random. We're going to have all the names on a wheel. But certain people will have more than one chance at winning. And I will discuss that on the giveaway details whenever I post it. Once we hit that achievement of 150 Twitch followers or 50 people in the Discord. So I will post the details, but some people are going to have more than one entry. Some people. And I'll say who those people are.
you need to
whenever
do
it
to
comes
get
to that.
takeover is make 3 to 4
Because
shots,
some people
and
still
then from
have
that
time
point on,
to make
you
it
have
over that one
takeover
entry.
for a
Some people still have
predetermined
time. I'm
amount
not
of
going to say
time.
what it
That
is, but
is
some
not
people
how
still
it
have
works at
some people still have time
in
to make
NBA
more than one entry.
2K25. First off, it takes forever to get takeover this year. To give you an example, it took Steph Curry 42 points, aka 14 three-pointers.
I don't agree with this. 40 points for Steph to get. Wait, what you doing this on Discord? I'm gonna say the rules one night are the once we hit it, then I'll go over what it is. The giveaway options and also like the who gets more than one entry and what the giveaway is. But I'm gonna have it posted in Discord and I'll have a stream that states it. So both.
To finally
Jimmy's
get
in the Discord.
takeover.
Jimmy's been in the
Now the
Discord.
good
Jimmy's
news
on it,
about
bro.
this is that
I don't like this. The man said he had to get 42 points for Steph and mainly shooting threes just to get takeover.
it
That's
seems
crazy.
that this is only a quick play feature, because in 3v3 park gameplay, we were able to see people get takeover at the 17-point mark without even scoring
Like,
the
17's
majority
too
of the
late, bro.
points with that player. But regardless, 42 points was insane to me, especially considering I was shooting threes, and usually when you do what the player is meant to do, your takeover shoots up. But that just wasn't the case. And you know what's crazy? That's not even the significant change. The major change in takeover is that once you get takeover, you
Like,
can literally
he
lose
loses
it
it with one shot,
instantly
bro.
if you miss
One
your
bad shot, he
first
loses
shot.
it.
If you get a turnover, if you throw a bad pass, if you do
They're gonna
anything
patch
that
that.
would negatively affect your takeover,
Yeah, so he got
you
invited
can
to a
lose
2K community
takeover
day
even
and was
when
able to
it's
film this content.
activated. Now, do you lose your entire takeover meter that took you forever to build up just because you made one mistake? No, that's also not how it works. Instead of losing your entire takeover meter when you make a mistake, it will just drop to the point right before you had takeover. So if you do something positive again, you will gain takeover
I don't
again. The
like
best
that,
way I can
bro.
describe takeover this year is
I'm
a
not a
heat
fan of
check
that.
badge in NBA 2K24 that you can gain and lose repeatedly. So obviously y'all already know that takeover is split into 5 levels.
I do
and
like
then
the
you
5
get your
levels. I do
takeover
like that part.
ability. As you do good things in the game, you will level it up all the way from level 0 to level 5, with each level progressively raising your attribute ratings. And then once
I
you
do
reach
like that.
level 5, you will unlock your actual takeover ability, whether it's being able to shoot from
One day
deep
maybe,
or
Dawson.
being able to
One day
get
maybe.
more ankle breakers, whatever takeover ability you
One day maybe.
chose. Now, once you get your takeover ability, if you keep doing good things, your takeover ability will stay on your player. But if the first possession you activated your takeover ability, you get a turnover, you will instantly lose your takeover and the bar will drop to right before you had your takeover. Meaning you can activate and reactivate your takeover multiple times throughout a game.
WL. To me, it's a big old L. Big old L. I worked this hard to get 5 levels of a takeover, and as soon as I get it, I make a bad shot and I lose it.
Let me know if you think this is
Big
a
ol'
good
L.
or bad change for NBA 2K25. I think it's interesting for sure. On the plus side, you'll never have those
Especially if I activate like sharpshooter or slasher takeover or something like that, whatever the new ones are, and I miss like a dunk or a wide open 3, I'm gonna break a controller, bro. in
moments where
half.
you make one mistake
gonna
right
snap
before
it.
you had takeover and your whole bar just depletes to 0. I know y'all know that feeling sucks, but at the same time, I don't know how I feel about
See,
someone
my neck just
activating and
cringed
reactivating their
off of
takeover
that.
over and over again throughout the
lose
entire
my
game.
shit.
And I think there might be some sort of timer with this as well, because if you look at the 3v3 park gameplay, you'll see that a player has takeover, and then as he's catching the ball, the takeover disappears. He didn't do anything wrong, no negative thing happened, but he still lost his takeover. And then after he makes the shot, the
What?
player
Yeah, that's
gets
gonna be
his
patched.
takeover
That's gonna get patched.
back. So my best guess is that your takeover
Thank
gradually
you, Dawson, bro.
decreases
And you're
over
a good
time.
dude, bro.
Probably a slight decrease,
you're-
probably nothing crazy. But I think it's only when you
it's-
actually have takeover activated.
a
That
lot
way
of
you don't have
youngins
takeover the
are messed
entire
up these days, but
game.
you're
The
not
reason I
messed
say
up.
that is because as you went up
You are a
takeovers,
good
I
little
never
youngin, bro.
saw a player's takeover go down unless like the quarter ended or something like that, but that's pretty normal. But I did
You're like a little
notice
brother, bro.
players' takeover meter go down when they
And I
had
appreciate you, you know what I'm
takeover,
saying?
even if no turnover or missed shot.
I would love to be one day,
We're gonna
Jimmy.
have to see how it plays
Love to
out
be.
in the park. I think it's gonna be really interesting. But I did take the time to get takeover with Steph Curry, whose takeover I'm pretty sure I can't say the name of, but basically it increases his green window from further out so he can get more consistent greens while shooting deep threes.
Let's shoot
And
for next
I also
year.
got Trae
Let's shoot
Young's
for
takeover,
26.
which boosts the effectiveness of off
try
the
to make that
dribble
happen.
shooting, as well
Let's try to
as
get an invite
raises
to
his
Community Day on
chance of
26.
getting ankle breakers. And the last thing I'll say about takeover is if you're overwhelmed with the fact that there's 72 takeovers, there's
I can't wait to
actually
post the
14
people, bro. I ain't
takeover
gonna lie. I can't
abilities
wait to
like
dunk
the
on
2
people.
I I just named, and then there's 72 ways to get to those takeovers. If that sounds confusing to you, good. You have a reason to watch tomorrow's video where I can go in depth and explain exactly what I mean. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you do not miss out on that video. Now, the next major change in NBA 2K25 is the dribbling system. You cannot speed boost the same way you did in NBA 2K24 in NBA
I don't know.
2K25.
I've seen some people speed boosting like
the
crazy,
2K
bro.
community. I know all y'all heard out of that sentence was you cannot speed boost in NBA 2K25. And that's just not true. You can speed boost in NBA 2K25, just not the same way you did in 2K24. To speed boost last year, all you had to do was do a hezzy to the right side and sprint to the right side, and you would get a speed boost to the right side. And vice versa, if you did a hezzy to the left side and sprinted to the left side, you would get a speed boost to the left side. But if you try to do that in NBA 2K25, you get a really slow run animation. Basically, a run animation.
I can't tell you how to get more entries into the giveaway. I can't tell you like what it consists of to get more than one entry. But I believe I looked at it today and you're pushing it. I believe you're pushing it. So you might be in that
animation that will not get you open against any real human unless they are missing both of their thumbs. Instead, the most effective way to get open in NBA 2K25 is by utilizing your right and left stick. Somebody please show this clip I got to Steezo. It's nothing crazy in the slightest. It's not even good, but you can clearly see the difference between how fast your player moves when you only use your right stick and how fast your player moves when you incorporate left stick dribble moves with your right stick combo. And the reason I said show it to Steezo is because this little mini spin back thing I do, it just seems like something he would do like a half hezzy out of and turn it into a crazy combo. Listen, I'm not a comp dribbler. I've never claimed to be one. All I am is a 2K no life.
What you mean if you win, pick someone else? What? As much as you've done for this community and stream, what do you mean? Why? Oh, also, it's not just one winner. It's not just one winner. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be three. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be three different individuals who win. If I got money and stuff, so I'd rather see. Well, that's Jimmy. That's very fucking nice and noble of you, bro. You know that? Just when I thought Jimmy, you know what, bro? Fucking W Jimmy, bro. Holy shit. Just when you thought Jimmy couldn't get any better, I'm glazing. I don't care. I'm glazing. Just when you thought Jimmy couldn't get any better, bro, he's like, man, if I win, give it to someone else. I'm telling you, Dawson, bro, I don't know where this guy found me, but I am forever grateful.
But for my 2K players out there who want to have a high win percentage on day one, I did go out of my way to find the best dribble moves you should equip.
I'm telling you, me and Baby J was talking about you today, bro.
So let's go over those right now. Two returning moves from 2K24 that are still good on 2K25 are, of course, the LeBron step back in the Trae Young size up escape. A new animation that's really good in 2K25 is the Trae Young hezzy, which you can see gives you a misdirection animation that you can combo into a left stick crossover to get a speed boost on the opposite side. Literally any dribble animation from De'Aaron Fox is good.
Okay.
You can just instantly see that when he's dribbling, it looks way more fluent than any other NBA player in the entire game. And finally, the dribble move that I predict will save 6'6" and taller builds this year is the Giannis Antetokounmpo moving crossover. I'm not even trolling. I will be so surprised if there's even one crossover better than this crossover at launch. I tested out hundreds of NBA players during my time with this quick play footage, and not a single one came even close to competing with the explosiveness you get out of this moving crossover. You literally just fly through the paint and it crosses over to the opposite ball hand, so the defense doesn't have time to react. Now, I will say this is obviously on Giannis, who is 6'10" and super long, but I just can't see this dribble move not being overpowered.
One thing that scares me is they said the blowout dribble, or like the push dribble, is up on the right stick this year. That's gonna get me in a lot of trouble, bro, because I might accidentally try to do a crossover and might blow out dribble right into a bump steal,
on a 6'8" max wingspan ISO build, just absolutely steamrolling through the paint. Between this moving crossover and the blowout dribble from last year, which by the way the controls changed for, instead of just tapping RT to do this blowout dribble from full court, you actually have to hold RT and flick up on your right stick. Just something I wanted y'all to know. Different controls, same effectiveness, just a really fast way for you to get up the court, but you can only use it from full court now. So once you get to half court, you can implement this Giannis moving crossover and get a free fast break.
Beautiful. So once I pass half court, it's not going to happen. So that's good.
done.
good.
Now, I don't want to go too into dribbling because y'all know
I
how
would
it
like to
goes.
get
First
RD
week,
here.
everyone always figures out the meta sigs, and then the rest is history from there. What I will say, my first impressions on the dribbling is that speed boosting is completely changed, meaning there's obviously a different way to do it in the game this year that isn't like any other year. And two, the dribble moves that we did get, I actually like a lot. We just need to figure out how to speed boost out of them for them.
Did y'all, let me rewind this. Are y'all seeing how he's going into that hop jumper? Or what is the new thing they're calling it this year? But you see how he's canceling out of it with Trae Young right here? I am
Completely
gonna love
changed,
that.
meaning there's obviously a different way to
Watch
do
what
it
I
in the
mean.
game this year that
Not right
isn't
here, but
like any
whatever
other
he
year.
has
And
about
two, the
right
dribble
here,
moves
look.
that we did get,
There
I
it is,
actually
cancels
like
out of
a
it.
lot. We just
Cancels
need
out
to
of it.
figure
And
out
like-
how to speed boost out of them
you can cancel out of it on 24, but you know, I don't know, it just looks better this
for
year.
them to be actually
Like it looks like
effective.
an actual.
And I've
look.
heard that a
And
couple
then-
of creators
oh,
at
and
Community
then,
Day,
like he's canceling out of it fast and then hitting a regular shot.
they have
I like
figured
that.
it out, which gives me a lot of hope. On the off chance that the speed boosting is terrible off of these new cool looking moves, I'm not gonna lie, Mike, we gonna need a hot fix because being able to speed boost off these new moves would make the game fun. Alright, so we've covered takeover, we've
Already calling for hot fixes. Woof.
covered dribbling. The next change we need to cover is a minor change to the dunk meter. First, let's talk about the driving dunk meter. The controls are exactly the same as they were last year. You flick up on your right stick and then you flick
You got
down
my
on your right
attention.
stick, which will allow you to go for a nasty contact dunk animation, and some of the animations are
How is he
insane. A
timing?
lot of them are just outright disrespectful to your opponent, bro. I love it. But what I did notice is it was taking me a little bit longer to get used to
Looks
the
like
dunk
the
meter
drill
this
will
year
be OP.
because
Hopefully.
whenever I was going for the dunk meter, it wouldn't do it. And about 2 hours in, I finally realized the reason the dunk meter wasn't activating is because you have to start the dunk meter animation way earlier this year. My pro tip
Bet.
to you guys, if you're making a build that has a high driving dunk, like I am going to, I want
Bet.
Legend Posterizer. But if you're going to be going for contact dunks with the dunk meter, you want to start the dunk meter animation right before you get to the free throw line. I know that sounds
Damn.
insane, especially on a small build like John Morant's build. He's 6'3". You would think that you would have to start it closer to the paint.
Before the free throw line. Lord, that's an early decision to be made, huh? That's finna be an early decision to be made. That's gonna get me in trouble. I'm gonna be like, oh, yep, I see a poster coming, and then
But
I'm gonna
genuinely,
absolutely.
you start the dunk meter animation
Then again, that might catch way more people in contacts. If you're able to start it that early or have to start
right
that early,
when
that
you're
might catch
about
so
to
many more
cross the
people.
free throw line. If you do that, every time you go for a
Yikes.
dunk meter, you will actually start the dunk meter animation. I promise you. But if you try and risk it and wait till you're closer in the paint and do a last second dunk meter, you're going to be getting a lot of contact layups, or your player is just going to do a random hezzy in the paint and it's going to look really stupid. So just
don't
make
want
sure to
that.
write that in your notes somewhere, have that in your head. Whenever you're doing the dunk meter, if it's not working for you and you don't know why, you have to start the animation right when you're about to cross the free throw line. And I genuinely can't wait till tomorrow where I can show you footage of me absolutely dunking on everybody there at Community Day with my small guard build because I knew this information and a lot of
Hey, bro, don't be telling everybody about the small guards, bro. They have been telling everybody, hey, small guards are gonna be the wave this year. Stop, bro. Stop. I like that. I'm like one of the very few small guards that I see, man. Keep them all at 6'8" so I can blow past them and dunk on them. Stop telling everybody that.
of
Damn
them
it.
did it. So the reactions I got from a lot of them when I was dunking on them with a tiny little build from all the way past the free throw line was hilarious. And then the standing
How long have I been saying I was gonna make a D Rose / Russell Westbrook build first?
dunk meter is pretty much the same. The only
Ball
real
out then,
changes I
Dawson.
noticed is
I
that
ain't mad
one,
at you,
there's
brother.
no
Ball
dead
out.
zone anymore, mainly because you
Hey.
can't jab step in the paint anymore. It's just not a control that's allowed in the paint. And two, as someone who struggled to do standing dunk meters, it seemed a lot easier to get the animation to go off this year. So if you struggled like me in the past with a standing dunk meter, you should find it easier this year. And if you didn't struggle at all, you're gonna find it really easy to activate the standing dunk animation. I did see some dead zone like animations from people against AIs where it seemed like they got a rebound and then there was nothing the AI could really do, and then they just did a standing dunk, contact dunk right over their face. But
that's not
honestly,
good.
it's quick play. We're not gonna really know until we actually play against each other in the rec and park. If they
That's true.
did fix the dead zone glitch, I guess you could call it. It's just something we're gonna have to wait and see. But for the most part, the standing dunk meters seemed relatively the same, if not then with minimal changes. The next thing we need to talk about are the brand new badges, specifically one overpowered brand new badge that I'm predicting is going to be
Stop
a staple
telling
of
everybody about
NBA
this, 'cause I know what
2K25.
he's about
Do
to
me a
say.
favor and look at these
Stop showing people mini marksman. Stop, bro.
Six badges right here. Now I want you to pause the video and comment down below which badge you think is going to be the most overpowered all year long. All right, I'm gonna give you a second. Okay, hopefully you got your answers down in the comments. If you guessed Limitless Range, congratulations, you are wrong. But if you guessed Deadeye, you are also wrong. Now, if you guessed Shifty Shooter, you are 100% right. This badge—
I was wrong as shit. Good. I was wrong as shit. I was wrong as shit. Thank you. I'm happy.
Badge is used so often in gameplay, it's actually ridiculous. But granted, what does it do? Well, if you only read the description—
improve a player's ability to successfully make off the dribble high difficulty. Then again, we had Circus 3s and that thing was trash. So, you know, damn.
You would think that it increases your—
when I get off work, I have pre-marriage counseling to go to. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna make my build and get straight to it. But how y'all like that singing? But I didn't think that I was very good in 24. It wasn't a badge like I was like, I didn't make that like a I forgot what it was called when you could set certain badges to certain levels. I didn't make Deadeye. Deadeye was not on my priority list. I am 100% gonna start off with my D Rose Russell Westbrook build, but I do want to play with some other builds before I jump into it. So we may make 3. We may go with our D Rose Westbrook build, our big man build, which is gonna be my second build, because either I'm guard or I'm big. There's no in between. And then third is either gonna be a 6'9" LeBron build, or it's gonna be that guy right there, bro. It's most likely gonna be that guy right there. Unless I can make a damn good, if I can't make a damn good Kobe build and I can make a good LeBron build, then it's going to go to LeBron. But that guy, Kobe, is my
green window when you shoot fades or
but
off
I have
the
to go
dribble
guard
shots.
big man,
but
like
just like
always
Agent
we
3's
need one or
this
the other.
year, Shifty Shooter
Granted, I have a lot of
activates
friends
on
who are saying that
every
they're gonna make
single
bigs.
shot you shoot. It doesn't matter if it's a catch and shoot jump shot. It doesn't matter if you dribbled a couple times, stopped for 8 seconds, and then shot.
I wonder what's the requirement on Shifty. Shifty
It doesn't matter if you shoot a fade from Narnia. No
that.
matter what shot you shoot, as long as it would be considered a jump shot, Shifty
Cool,
Shooter activates
White?
and increases your
Okay,
green
this gotta be-
window
yeah.
drastically. Now, why am I telling you this?
I keep
Because
forgetting.
tomorrow
Every year I
we
do
get
this.
to
I
show
keep
you the
forgetting that it's
builder,
play
and while
now.
you're watching those builder
With NBA
videos,
players,
you
so they're
need
gonna
to
make
keep in
whites.
mind that you want to have Shifty Shooter on your build, and you want to have it at the highest tier possible for the best results. Whether that's getting Shifty Shooter to Hall of Fame in the builder, and
like a
then
little
using
brother
your
me,
max
bro.
+1 to get it legend, or if you're making some type of build that can't get the
Splash.
shooting requirements to get it that high, then I'd at least suggest to try and make your build
68
get
points. Was
gold
that the one
Shifty
person he was
Shooter, so
scoring
you
with?
can
My
either use
goodness.
cap breakers or max +1 to get it to Hall of Fame. It is super rare for 2K to drop a badge that activates nearly every single offensive possession that doesn't end in a rim run. So yes, if I was going to make a tier list about potential badges before NBA 2K25 drops, Shifty
hope to pull
Shooter
up
would be
and-
S tier and
pull up
everything else
animations and
would
garbage
be a
for
tier
guards again.
below. Now you've sat here and watched this 10, 15, 20-minute video, whatever.
You see how he snuck that in there? Mini, love you too, bro. Mini Marksman is a S tier badge.
It
He
is
snuck
so
that in
far,
there.
and
I
you
seen it.
haven't
He
heard
snuck that
me
in there.
mention Adrenaline once. And that's because Adrenaline is exactly the same in NBA 2K25 as it was in NBA 2K24. I'm talking not a single difference in the Adrenaline system, which for the most part is a good thing. I liked how Adrenaline worked in 2K24. Some
No cap, I have no idea what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about right now.
people may argue
Zero
that they don't
idea.
want Adrenaline at all, but I mean, it's in the
You
game,
zoned
so
out
if
pretty
it's in the
quick,
game,
bro. You
I'd
came
want
back
it
fast as
implemented
shit.
as it was in 2K24, except for one thing. I had this complaint all the way last year after last Community Day, and the complaint is that post scores still do not lose any Adrenaline meter no matter what they do in the post.
the
They
3
can
bars
hold
at the
LT
bottom,
and
I'm
back
tripping.
you down for 24 seconds, do 8 drop steps, 15 pump fakes, and not lose a single Adrenaline meter.
I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. They're gonna nerf post scores 2 weeks in. It happens
And I
every year.
really wish that would change.
Every
One,
year.
because post scores are always one of the most overpowered builds in 2K every single year. Legitimately, there's not a single year where post scores have been a bad build to use on the 1 score. And 2, tomorrow you're
But see, I don't mind that, bro. Because now I do mind post scores, air quotes, post scores that only back down, power back down, and drop step. But you're not a post scorer, bro. You're a certified, glorified drop stepper. That's all you are. But if you have, that's gonna ruin it if they don't nerf it somehow. Oh, for sure. But I love and appreciate a good post game. Like if you can hit some up and unders, you can hit some hooks, some shimmies, some hop, hop shots out of the post. Kudos to you, bro. I love a good post game. Now, people that just back down.
You're going to see that this year. It is ridiculously easy to get every legend badge you would want on a post score without sacrificing anything else you would need. Like, genuinely, you cannot make a bad post score build, at least for the ones court where they're meant to be played. Yes, you can make a bad post score build for the 2s or 3s because you need defense and pass accuracy and stuff like that, but for the 1s court, you can make an overpowered post score build, get every legend badge in the game that you would want, and still have attributes left over. So the fact that they don't lose any adrenaline no matter what they do, it just seems like overkill to me, and it's the one thing I would really want to see changed about the game. If not for 2K25, then at least on 2K26. I'm not trying to hate on y'all post scores. Listen, it's no secret that I don't like y'all's playstyle, but I do believe that everybody should have fun on the game with whatever build they want to run. I just want this changed for the sake of balance. But yeah, like
one thing I did notice from all them clips is people with lower defense were getting yammed on. We're getting drop step like shit. And then you just had AD lock it up.
No changes to adrenaline.
And then you had Embiid, who has like great post.
Other than that, everything that you get on 2K24 to lose an adrenaline meter is everything.
If you're big with no defense or low defense, and there was a big with high post, high interior,
you would do to lose an adrenaline meter on 2K25. So you should expect the exact same in that department. Does strength matter? We hear the rumors about strength every single year. Oh, you need strength this year. You're going to get punished if you don't go it. From what I saw at Community Day, I'm going to say the same thing I said last year again this year. You will only need strength if you want a badge associated with strength in the builder. But do you need strength because you saw Giannis bulldoze someone in this quick play gameplay? No. Do you need strength because you saw LeBron absolutely bully someone in this quick play gameplay? No. But let's say you're making a lock.
I don't believe that. Maybe I'm cutting him off too early. My 6'8" Luka build, right? I say Luka, but it's not really a Luka build because I have steal and perimeter defense. But, whatever, it's a 3-and-D threat. But I notice a night and day difference between having a 6'8" guard that has strength on defense mainly with the enforcer, I forgot exactly what it's called, badge, compared to a 6'8" guard with no, thank you, Kay, with no strength. I am able to cut people off way easier, right? I am able to get blocks and contests with strength when I feel like I wouldn't without strength, especially when people are driving.
Down and you want a certain defensive badge that goes off of your strength rating, then yes, you would need strength.
I can't eat that right now, okay?
Me personally, on a lot of my builds, I'm not going strength. Why? Because I didn't get baited last year when it came to strength, and I did perfectly fine, 95 win percentage basically every single season. And I'm not going to get baited this year when it comes to strength. Yes, some of my builds will have strength, but only the builds that I want the certain badges that go along with strength. Not because I'm afraid of one of you guys coming out on a 6'10" and absolutely botting me in the paint. Yeah, so to answer the does strength matter question, yes, it matters, but only for reasons specific to the builder, not gameplay related reasons. Nobody can affirmatively say that it has gameplay related repercussions based off of quick play. And if they are super adamant that you need to upgrade strength because if not you're gonna get bulldozed, they are 100% gassing it. Nobody can tell the real gameplay from quick play animations against AI. It's just not how it works. And don't worry, we'll go more into depth about strength in tomorrow's video with the builder breakdown. And the last thing I want to talk about before I give y'all my final overview of thoughts of what I think about the game is the defense in NBA 2K25, more specifically the blitz, steals, and paint defense. Now, take this with a grain of salt because we are playing against AIs at the end of the day. But from what I've seen, it felt pretty much similar with the blitz steals. You run up and you time a good steal, you'll get the steal. And for
I am scared of locks.
Paint defense, I really couldn't tell because again, we're against AI players. We're really not going to know how it feels.
Because I've seen on several clips that bump steals are working better than like the steal animations. I am terrified of locks.
So we get in the rec, get in the pro-am.
I'm about to be a Rim runner.
Get in the park
Get away
and
from
see
me.
how
Don't
it
touch
feels
me.
against
Ill.
online real players.
Defenders,
You may have
ill.
noticed that in this video,
Cyber
I didn't
defenders,
really
ill.
cover how the
Lockdowns, ill.
offense
Get
is,
away
how
from
the
me.
defense is, how the finishing is, and like the make or miss percentages of what you should expect on offense or what you should expect on defense. Because for me, it seems disingenuous. Again, you can't really tell too much off quick play gameplay. So I didn't want to come on here and be like, oh yeah guys, paint defense looks way better, and then you load up the rec on day one and then you're getting dunked on over and over again. Or be like, oh yeah, limitless range is overpowered because I'm greening shots on pro and rookie difficulty.
They're gonna run up to half court and just try to bump steal all game long.
Like the shots that I'm making and the
agree,
shots that I'm
Austin.
taking here are not a good representation of 2K25's online gameplay that we're gonna experience in the park. So instead, I decided to hit y'all with the cold hard facts. I hope y'all appreciate that. Obviously not including the post score nerf. That's just for the balance of the game. That obviously is my opinion. But I hope y'all can appreciate that. I just wanted to give y'all everything that we know to be true in
Post score is gonna be
2K25
nerfed in the
instead
first
of
2
what
weeks.
I think should be true in 2K25. But anyways, my final thoughts on the
There's a creator called Post Hooking, and every year when 2K first comes out, like he is destroying people. And then he kind of, I've played him a few times in the park, to be honest with you. He does what his name is. He just post hooks all game long. Him, it's either a Zen or he has mad timing skills when it comes to post hooking. Because when I played against him, he was destroying whoever was the big on my team. It was on a 2. I think he only plays 2s. Which makes sense because in the rec and in the park in 3v3, that shit ain't flying. Someone's coming to help. But, like, dude has mad skills. Now, someone like that still can do that stuff after they nerf the post scores, props to him. But a lot of
game
people
so far, I
ain't
think
like
it
that.
is a really solid base. The first thing I want to say is Cap Breakers and Max Plus One are probably the greatest addition we've had to a launch of 2K in like 5 years. I'm telling you, just the potential of your player getting better over time, and
love that. That's an incentive to keep playing the game. To get the Cab Breakers and the Max Plus One. That's a great
itself
incentive.
with the Cap Breakers is just such a good
That's what I need. I need an incentive to keep playing 2K when everyone else stops playing.
idea.
Granted,
I wish
just
I
love
thought.
basketball,
Like
so that's to
genuinely,
keep playing
2K
it,
deserves
but-
props for that because it is actually such a good incentive to keep people playing the game.
Boy, you took the words right out of my mouth.
The only question marks I have about the replayability of NBA 2K25 so
It's almost like he's watching me.
far is actually going to come with the
I swear, I haven't seen the first. I haven't seen past the first 2 minutes of this video. I'm finna go
rep
to bed.
system.
All right,
If the
dog.
rep system's
Good
bad,
luck
then
at your
the
game
cap
tomorrow, brother.
breakers
Cut up
aren't
out there,
gonna be
though.
enough to keep people on the game. But if the rep system's good, and then we
Cut
have the
up out
cap
there-
breakers
cut
on
up out
top
there.
of it, we
Have
can have a
fun.
lit game all year.
Show
So I
them boys
really
who
hope
you
they
are, huh?
cooked with the rewards. Obviously, I don't know anything about it. But if they did, we'll be in for a great year. If they didn't, it could get a little shaky. So we're gonna have to see. The actual dribble moves they added in the game, I like them a lot. Like the Trae Young, the De'Aaron Fox, John Moran had some good dribble moves. The individual dribble moves, I like them a lot. Not being able to speed boost out of them like we normally would has me a little scared, because if we can't speed boost, then the dribble moves don't matter. That's the whole point we use the OP dribble moves, is so we could get like a fast little agility out of it and we can beat our defenders. So if they added these super cool new moves and you can't get that burst of acceleration out of it, then it's gonna be rough, I can't lie. But
See, I'm like, I don't. If you relying on speed boosting, then maybe I'm not saying this is him. I'm just saying in general. If you're relying on speed boosting, maybe your basketball IQ is low. You know what I mean? Like, you have to know, like, hey, you know, I'm setting up this behind the back to go right, so I might cross over left, behind the back to the right, and blow past him. If you're relying on speed boosting, now I get it's a video game, but like also I think a lot of people don't have basketball IQ, so they rely on cheese shit.
but that's where I'm gonna have faith in the
to get them good in the game. You know what I'm saying? People rely on like that's one of the issues with this community, bro. It's like everyone wants to find that one dribble move that gives them an advantage over everybody that doesn't have that dribble move. Bro, you just have no basketball IQ. You're relying on one animation, and that's why you'll see everyone running the same animation. You know what I mean? That's all sports games. That's all games in general, for sure. People want to find that up. That, you know, I'm a victim of it. I did it on Call of Duty. I was like, man, I need this STG. Like, this gun is nice. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I got better. So I get it from a you want to win aspect, because it is competitive at the end of the day. You want to win. You don't want to lose every game. But when people are like, oh, well, you know, there's only you know, certain animations and everybody uses the same one. It's your fault. It's your fault.
dribblers to find the way to speed boost this year, and then we all adjust, and then we can all use these new creative moves, so not everyone is using LeBron step back, Jamal Murray behind the back, and doing the exact same thing. And then finally, the takeover system, I think it's a good idea if it's implemented properly, if it doesn't take too long in park games to get it. We want to get it around like 12 to 15 points so you could use it for 3 possessions. So we're gonna have to see how fast you can get takeover. Maybe there's takeover perk that allow you to get it quicker like we had last year.
They need to buff that. If that's the case with takeovers, they're gonna have to buff that. And I hate saying what the game needs to change already because the game ain't even come out. But like, I know me personally, if I'm cutting up in the park and I get takeover at 20 points, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna be like, bro, this is insane. Especially when you consider the fact of like, hey, not all of us just score 17 points per game in the park or rec. What's good, Jay? Not all of us score 17 points, you know, in the park. Some of us pass the ball, some of us get rebounds, some of us play defense. So like,
who knows? We're gonna have to see. I like that you don't lose your entire takeover bar if you mess up, but you can also go in and out of takeover super easily. It just rewards you for playing well and punishes you for playing bad, which I think should be a good thing. A lot of the time this year, you see someone get takeover and start shooting crazy shots, and then they keep takeover because it's on a timer instead of how they're playing. So now it should keep people a little humble, because if they mess around too much, they're gonna lose their takeover, and then they just don't have it anymore.
I was so mad first day of 2024 because they changed the shot timing from very early, late, very late to set point, jump, set point, push, release. And I was like, y'all changed the names. Did anything else actually change? And
then finally the shooting. I'm not going to talk about the success of makes or anything. Again, I was on a low difficulty
started to figure out
this gameplay. But the shooting, there is a lot of customization this year, meaning you can choose exactly where you want your jump shot to release whenever you make a custom jump shot. You can choose high risk, high.
We're good on the rest of this video, I think.
And one move that I didn't see that I really hope makes it come back one time is, if you remember on 2K19, if you flicked up on your right stick, you could like back up to the 3-point line and shoot immediately after that, and you would get like a normal timing on your jump shot. I don't know, I just missed that move so much. I really hope that comes back in a 2K one day. But anyways, y'all.
Okay.
We've got the new dribbling system, including speed boosting. We've got the new go-to shots that can lead to some insane greens.
No, that was
We've got the shot rating you need to green.
I don't dislike Badge Plug. Like, I watch him more than a lot of people, to be honest. Like, him and Joe Knows are the two people I probably watch the most. The one thing about Badge Plug is, and he even said this in his video that day, he was like, oh, everybody thinks I'm just being negative. Sometimes, bro, is a little bit negative. You feel me? Like, I don't want to look at a game and just immediately have, you know, everything to critique and nothing good to say. So a lot of his videos are him
consistent. The game. We've got the mid-range game covered for all you midi magicians out there.
Raiders, whatever.
We've got the new rhythm shooting.
Oh, let me say this real quick before I start this video. The biggest problem with 2K is the 2K community. I will stand on that wholeheartedly, bro. You will see everyone saying, man, we want more of an arcadey type game. You know, no one asks for the most realistic game. Everyone to have fun. And then they give us arcadey things and fun things like ankle breakers or, you know, dunk animations. And then people complain about it. Oh, what you know, oh, ankle break. Oh, I'm getting dunked on. And I'm, you know, bro, make up your mind. Make up your mind. The only gripe that I get from the biggest gripe I get from the 2K community is VC prices. I get that all the way. But like the fact that like some people, like the biggest problem is the 2K community, bro. I'll be back, buddy. Go give me some food. All right, Jimmy, back, dog. Yeah, Badge do be very negative, bro. Granted, he makes a lot of content, so that is good. He makes a lot of good content, but it's just some of it is so negative. I'm like, oh, I can't, bro. You're ruining my vibe. But yeah, the biggest problem is with 2K is the 2K community and VC prices. But you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, makeup. I just told one of the homies earlier. I was like, bro, like, you're part of the problem, bro. Game ain't even out yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're already saying that it's gonna be a cheese game. Every game has cheese, so let's not act like it's only 2K. UFC has cheese, Madden has cheese, college football has cheese, Call of Duty has cheese. Every game has cheese. It's either going to be two things. One game is fire, but some streamer bitches about something they patched the game and to its ass. The game is just hot ass on launch day. Facts. The game is not going to be great. I could be wrong. And let me not say this as like it's a fact. the game is gonna have issues on launch day. It's like a well-known fact that every game has issues on launch day now, bro. It's a well-known fact at this point. But, you know, that's where patches and stuff come in. Now, I do think that if you have a year to make a game, like, hey, we can get it polished, we can get it good on launch day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bitching about the game coming out at 7 in the morning on Wednesday. I am bitching about that. But it's better than it coming out at whatever time on Friday night and the servers be messed up the whole day. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be at work and school on Wednesday. Majority of people, I would think. You know what I mean? So that does give like a slower flow of people going into the game all at once compared to like everyone being home, everyone being ready, everyone sitting by the countdown. Because like I know me and all the homies were sitting here watching that clock tick down in the last 30 minutes. So I do like that idea, even though I'm mad about it because I will be one of those people at work. So, you know,
system. And for all you slashers, we've got a detailed meter dunking breakdown. We're going to cover the all-new shot contest system, and for all the centers, we cover the standing dunks and the paint mash. We've got Devin Booker floaters, we've got scoopers, everything you need to know about layups. We've got everything from paint defense to perimeter bumps to bump steals. Lockdown, stay tuned. Of course, we're going to break down post scoring, and spoiler alert,
those bump steals are making me hurt.
It's really good again. We've got ankle breakers, blowout dribbles, Patty Mills jump shot. Everything you want to know about NBA 2K25 is in this video. Drop a...
I did watch this whole video, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember all of it, but like that little animation right there with LeBron was so nice, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This right here was so nice. Again.
We've got ankle breakers, blowout dribbles, Patty Mills jump shot. Everything you want to know about NBA 2K25 is in this video. Drop a like. Let's get it.
Like that. Like I'm envious of you, Spot Up Jay, of how you do that step back. Because like me, I try to do it sprinting full speed. But there was a point in time where I would like size up, you know, create a little space. They would close out and then they would think I'm driving. Then I'd hit the step back from like a stationary or size up position. And it works great like that. Now, if you're trying to like run full speed and hop jumper, you know,
get it to 10,000 likes.
That's
let's get into
a thing a lot of people.
And let's talk about dribbling. Okay, there was a lot of things floating around the internet about how you could not speed boost on this game. I don't know. Listen, y'all gotta be careful who y'all talk to. You can speed boost on 2K25, okay? Let's chill. You can speed boost, okay?
OP.
Was it different?
OP.
Absolutely. Is it going to take us a little while to figure out how to speed boost out of every single move on the game? Of course. Just like 2K24, in the beginning of the game, nobody could speed boost out of stuff. People were spamming Magic Johnson crossover for like 2 months. Right? It took us a while. People thought you had to have Kyrie Irving dribble style to speed boost. And then we realized, okay, you got to do a hezzy out of each dribble move, and then you can burst cleanly. It's gotta be.
I've never been like one person, like a 2K player that goes, oh man, I need this animation to speed boost. Now, there are certain animations I'll pick just because I like the way they move. But like, you know, I don't know. I just never needed those. Oh, this is how speed boost and this is how I dead stop to get a bucket. Like, I'll just be getting a bucket, bro. You know what I mean? Maybe if I did all that, I'd be way better.
Be something like that along the lines for 25 as well. We just gotta find the sauce. People like Young Dirk and Koza were doing a lot more dribble labbing than me. I just tested it a little bit. I speed boosted with De'Aaron Fox, with John Morant, with LeBron James. And for those of you that were also wondering, LeBron hotback is back. Yeah, you still get the big hotback, and for the small guards, I mean, Chris Paul's got the same thing. So
you know, I notice every year that the small guards animations are slower, and like I seen it right there. And the small guards too create less separation. Now I get it, like littler legs, shorter, so less distance traveled. But damn, like aren't smaller guards shiftier and faster? You know what I'm saying? Like that LeBron hotback
is back. You're gonna be doing it.
Zooming.
The combos, the quick little combos that like Steph Curry has to like dance behind the screen, and John Morant right there to like get into the mid range. They felt pretty smooth, pretty clean. I lapped up a little bit. You know, you could spam like the jaw aggressive combo breakdown. And I chained together some decent little moves. In my opinion, the big players almost moved better than the small players. But like, look at, I'm speed boosting with De'Aaron Fox, like no problem. And this was me labbing for like 5 to 10 minutes, you know? So
And that could be, like I said, because the players are smaller, you know, shorter legs, less distance
that whole
travel.
thing people were tweeting,
So that could be
oh,
that.
there's no speed boosting. I don't know what these people, I don't know if they played the same game as me, but you see the cross launch on the crossover right there, little like quick, I guess kind of quick stop pull up, the magic crossover into like the John Wall crossover to the hoop right here. There's definitely going to be some ways to get open. We just gotta, you know,
Layups
20
are gonna
minutes
be
of
OP
lab in
again.
the demo game at Community Day is
Layups are
it's
definitely
not
gonna be OP
enough.
again.
It's going to take a little while. You see the John Wall snatchback from last year.
Especially layups with
There's a
strength.
lot of
Why is
ways
LeBron
that we're
moving
going
like
to
that,
figure
bro?
out to get open, whether you're on a bigger player, a smaller player. You can speed boost. Dribbling is different, 100%. Just like every other year. We got to lab it up. We got to find out the best SIGs. We're using NBA players. NBA players, even a Kyrie Irving, De'Aaron Fox, a Trae Young, they do not have optimized SIGs. They have a couple good SIGs.
Does LeBron
But
actually
they don't
dribble like
have
that?
like
and
your
I'm
My
just
Player where you have,
oblivious.
you know, one of the best animations in every category.
And
They
then
might
look,
have
like
one or
his
two
dribble
or
moves are
three
mad
good
slow. That's
dribble
De'Aaron
moves
Fox.
in their package of whatever it is, 10
I'm
dribble moves, let's
confused.
say. While your My Player has 10 good animations. All animations you have are good and give you clean bursts and clean movement. These guys are, you know, they're NBA players. They have their actual SIGs. Some of them are trash. Some of their SIGs are trash. Just a bug almost hit me in the eye. Some of their SIGs are trash every year, right? So let's relax. I think we're going to be fine. Just like at the beginning of 24, it felt stiff, it felt slow. Nobody could figure out how to move cleanly and speed boost. And like I said, people were
Look,
spamming
why is
Magic
LeBron
Johnson
moving so quick? And I'm not
crossover
just talking about
for
that
like a
little,
month or two.
that little snatchback.
We're gonna figure it out.
I mean, he's
When it
just
comes to
moving
Steezo,
stupid quick.
Steezo's
Now,
gonna go
Ja
crazy on
moves
this
quick.
game. I was able to like dribble backwards a little bit, and I'm not I'm not Steezo. Steezo's gonna go absolutely insane on this game. All right, so let's look at the new shot timing profiles. You have layup timing and shot timing profiles. So for layup timing, you have real player percentage, low, normal, and high risk. You still have your shot timing.
All right, basically, I'm gonna skip this part of the video. You know, the shot timing profile, or I'm sorry, shot timing visual cue is still gonna be set point, jump, push, release. This is new. They have shot timing profile and layup timing profile. It's gonna be real player percentage, low risk reward, normal risk reward, high risk reward. Somebody shooting fireworks scared the shit out of me, bro. So this is new. I'm gonna run, and Joe Knows does say it in the video. He says that like most people are gonna run high risk reward because it is like, you know, if you know how to time your jumper, you know what I mean, that's gonna be the one to go to. And he also says like if your internet connection is good enough, run high risk reward. Now if you have bad internet or you can't time your jumper, maybe switch to low risk reward, figure it out. But I mean, high risk reward just seems
Visual
like
cue, at least in the demo
the
version,
go-to.
you couldn't create no limitless range. So not even bronze limitless range. You know, he's got a few shooting badges, if I remember correctly, but I just looked to see if he had limitless. It's on Hall of Fame, and like I was, you know, this is using Ja's jump shot base with no jump shot boost. I don't think he had any 3-point hot zones. Like, and I was still able to just green. So in my opinion, if you're not using high risk, high reward, you're going to be at an extreme disadvantage, especially when you play against other good players. Like I said, unless you have bad Wi-Fi or something, you're going to be on that high risk. Now, the next thing I wanted to test was limitless range. It's on Hall of Fame, and I'm shooting from the logo. Steph has Hall of Fame limitless range. So, you know, this year you can get legend limitless range. But no NBA players that we played on had legend badges. So I wasn't able to test any legend badges. But as you can see, I can shoot from
I said I might go to low
basically
bullshit.
the center circle
I might go to high
with Hall of
3-pointer.
Fame limitless. Now, Steph does have a 99.3, but he only has half limitless. So it's going to be interesting to see what that legend limitless is like. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about the new stick shooting.
I don't think I'm going for any legend
obviously
badges.
we've read about it. Now this is it in action. Basically, it gives you two timings. It gives you a feedback on the first initial push of the stick in terms of your timing, and then it gives you a second reading at the bottom that talks about your tempo. Now, if you green both the timing and the tempo, you make it every time from what I saw. If you green one or the other, you make it a decent amount of the time. But as you see in the screenshot, you got the timing and the tempo.
I feel like the only time I'll use
right here,
this is
I got great
on
timing,
like hot
great tempo,
jumpers
so they're
and
both
stuff like
green.
that.
You make the shot every time from what I saw. But the main problem I think is going to come with,
because I wonder how that works. right? I wonder if like, you hold the right stick down to R2 and right stick down to do a hop jumper. Is it going to register as a, what are they calling this again? Rhythm shooting? Or if I can just hold it down and not go back up and it still be a regular shot. Because if every hop jumper has to be a rhythm shooting shot, that might be a little
with this
aggravating.
Is let's look at the two situations. First of all, catch and shoot. When you're catching and shooting using the stick shooting, it seemed like there was a slight delay. Like there was a little bit of a hitch in terms of how fast you could get the shot off. And maybe I was just doing it wrong because it was the first time playing the game. But even people that I talked to, they kind of said they felt like they could shoot much quicker. Like you could instantly shoot the ball if you shot with the button on catch and shoots. And there was that slight hitch, slight delay using the stick, which obviously is going to lead to your shot getting contested more because you can't get the shot off as quickly. The other situation besides catch and shoot is dribbling. And obviously it's something new, and I was only experimenting with it for a few minutes on this demo version of 2K25, but to go from comboing dribble moves to then shooting with the stick, it felt very awkward, and maybe that's just because it's new. If I had to guess whether people are going to use it or not, I would say majority of people will not use this. Or I wonder if it's something that you can turn off. Kind of like the shot aiming back in 2K21. I think it was 2K21 if y'all remember that. I feel like it's going to kind of be like that. You'll get a few people experimenting with it, but for the most part, people are going to stick with that button shooting, especially with the high risk option. I just feel like it was so consistent, even with that, even with Ja Morant, with the 78 3 ball. Like imagine, our my players with much higher ratings, with jump shot boost, with hot zones, lethal zones,
it's great time every time, but he's messing up.
You guys understand what I'm saying? The one situation I think I could see people potentially using the stick shooting is on fades. Now these clips are from my boy Swag. He was testing it out and he said it felt really good when he was just kind of running to the side and shooting like a mid-range fade. So maybe people will use that. He said he would kind of experiment with it more and consider it. But for someone like me who's typically ISOing, I don't see myself.
The meters this year look like you have to time them when the meter goes away. Almost. Even the dunk meters. Like it looks like you have to time them when the meter
creating
goes
space
away.
and then using the stick to shoot. So experiment with it as you want. I'll probably test it out a little bit more, but I think I'm just going to be shooting with the button on that high risk. Oh, I see the arrow on this one moving up. Go-to shots. These are actually pretty cool. How effective will they be? I'm not sure. And did they soup up the green window on these? I don't know, because I was green and reds and yellows on these like crazy. And yes, this is on Hall of Fame. That is a very tight red coverage that we're going to get into shortly. On Hall of Fame difficulty over Michael Jordan, who has straight Hall of Fame defensive badges. Here's another one right here with Kevin Durant.
The go-to shots are fire.
Greened another red contest over Chris Middleton. So the go-to shots, the reason I like them is just because they look really, really nice. Aesthetically, they are very pleasing. They look very like they literally as a fan.
This is what could have been done last year when they was promoting Pro Play.
Of the NBA, they look just like the player movements from real life. Now, some of them are a little slow and they don't create a lot of space.
So is it just
I don't
all
know
hop
how
jumpers?
much people will actually use them in like online gameplay.
Yeah, it's gotta be all hop jumpers.
But the one thing that is good about these, as we read in the courtside report, if you watched that video or read about it yourself,
everyone looks like a hop jumper to me.
You can at any moment out of those combinations, you can speed boost out of it.
That ain't James
Harden. Also,
at
any moment, as you let's say you go tween, behind the back, tween, hop.
I can't wait to combo up with this.
Any moment in that sequence, you can do a different dribble move. So let's say I go tween, behind the back.
Fuck, bro.
Back, tween, and then I want to just do like an escape and run right. I can escape and run right at any moment within that whole sequence. And that's like the shot canceling feature that they were talking about. And I was a little skeptical because I was like, well, on past 2Ks, you could shot cancel, like you do a hop jumper, you just don't shoot it, right? You do a hop jumper and then just like run out of it. But it was much smoother, like they said, I will say. So we'll have to experiment with it. I'm sure everyone's gonna find like the one or two good like signature go-to shot that creates a ton of space or allows you to like really hop away and then like combo out of that and get to the basket or whatever. People are always gonna find like the most effective ones and use them online. But from a visual standpoint, they looked really good. And I don't know if they souped up the green windows, like I said, but I was green and contest.
Makes sense though. Like hop jumpers are made to create space and distance when you shoot. So if like hop jumpers are now called go-to shots, makes sense because hop jumpers have been trash for years. Like fades kind of took over all the, you know, like fades became the primary thing people use to create distance. So I would love it if, you know, I would love it if something like hop jumpers made a comeback, because that gives us another option.
Tested signature go-to shots
Instead
a
of
lot.
just everybody
and
fading.
all the gameplay you see in this video is on
And
Hall
they're
of
just
Fame.
clean.
Off
if we're
dribble
being honest.
shooting.
They're just
For those of you that love the mid-range
that's
and
just
love the
clean.
hop jumpers and fades and all that, it felt really good. I'll be honest. Like, I mean, obviously I'm using Kevin Durant and some other really good high-rated players.
like I low key feel like shooting hasn't been good since
it
like
felt very greenable. Yellows,
a few years.
reds. I think the mid-range is going to be lethal again on this game. Like, it's going to be something people can go to.
Am I
with the
tripping
front
in saying
fade.
that? Is anybody in here to let me know if I'm tripping by saying that? That shooting hasn't been good in years?
Fades,
What I mean by shooting is like, of course, everybody can catch and shoot or whatever, but like shooting off spin jumpers, shooting off step backs, shooting off hop jumpers. Most shots I feel like are straight catch and shoot, or hop back, shoot, snatch back, shoot. It's all the same. Like it has took out the creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to spin and then spin. I still be pulling them too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they ain't as good as they once was. Like, do you remember Ticino back in the day, bro? That's how Ticino made a living, bro. He's feeding families off the hop jumpers and, the spin jumpers and shit. Like, it just, you don't see it much.
Fades, the back fades, the hop jumpers, spin shot.
And I think I've heard that the courts are bigger. Like, the courts have more space now. So that'd be lovely to size up and hit a, step back shot or a hop jumper or a spin shot. Like, that would be lovely to combo up off of that. And with the courts having more space, you know what I'm saying? Facts. Rest in peace, Toby. Man, Toby Keith, legend. That would be great to have more space and pull off some pretty cool spin jumpers, hop jumpers.
All the stuff that all you like MIDI loving players loved about 24. I feel like the mid range is going to be just as effective on this game.
I do like that they took away. Let me show you this. I do like that they took away the percentage.
MIDI loving players loved about
right here. They took out the actual percentage. Now it's just open, light pressure, heavy pressure, or smothered. I think maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But how many times were you like in someone's shit? Now the same problem's gonna happen with this. But I think maybe one of the reasons they changed it is because how many times have you been in someone's shit and you're like, that's only 15%? You know what I'm saying? That's only 15%. Now, like, this might depend on people's defense. If you have high defense, you might get a better contest. Instead of it showing a base percentage, you know what I'm saying? Got my Chick-fil-A? Yes, sir. What you got, the Nuggets? So I do like that they took the percentages out, bro, because I personally did not like seeing 15%. I'm like, whoa, I'm way closer. And that could be the reason why. But I like that they took out the percentages.
I feel like the mid-range is going to be just as effective on this game. So, yeah, whether you're shooting the signature shots, the hop shots, the fades,
because if you're able to hit go-to shots or like fades like that,
of course, I'm just playing against the AI.
If the bigger players have good animations,
of it from what I tested.
The only good one last year was like Jokic, I think.
Let's get into meter dunking. Now, the first thing you might see, the actual meters.
I don't think a single person that plays 2K wants new animations every season. The way they only release certain animations each season, bro, give them some off rip. That shouldn't be a reward or like a seasonal thing that, oh, season 6, we finally get Kevin Durant's fade or Kevin Durant's pull up or Kevin Durant's, crossover, bro. Give us everything off rip, dog. That's one gripe I do have. Is like no one wants to wait, till February to get someone's, and then you don't even know when it's gonna come out. Like you're like, oh, when am I gonna get this animation? I never know. And then it's April. It's April, and you finally get that player's animation you've been wanting. That's not to me. That's not an incentive to keep playing. Because you never know if it actually will come. Give us all the animations off rip. That's me. Now, if there's like elite animations, y'all remember that? They used to have like pro dribble moves and then like elite dribble moves. Now, if you want to incentivize us to get elite moves, that's different. That's different. But like, bro, if I want Kevin Durant's, pull up, can I just have it, please? I'm asking nicely, please. Can I just have it, please? I don't want to wait till April, March, May. I could be dead by then. I could be gone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Before GTA 6, I could be gone.
Green window that it shows. So in order to determine whether it's a good or a bad dunk attempt, I'm not really sure. It's a bit of guesswork. Did it feel good? Oh, it still felt good. Yep, it still felt real good.
How is this getting timed, bro?
I did not green all of them, so it wasn't like super duper easy.
It looks like you got to time it right before the meter goes away.
All of these are on Hall of Fame.
Or when it goes away.
But as I said, there's no green window to tell you if it's like in 24, for example, you'd say, oh, it's a big meter or a small meter.
Which I'm okay with that too. I'm okay because there has been times, bro, where I will go up on 2 people and have a huge green window. Then there'll be times when I go up wide open and my green window will be small. So I'm glad they took it away. I'm not mad about that at all.
They talked about the dunk meter logic was going to change, and it wasn't just going to be straight up big or straight up tiny. Like there was going to be in between, but we don't even know if we don't really even know what is considered an in between or what's considered a big meter, small meter. We don't know any of that because
why do the graphics
when you go up,
bad?
Regardless of which of the 3 dunk meters you pick, it doesn't show you a green window. And the same is for standing dunks that we're going to get into in a second. So I guess it's going to be a lot of trial and error on what's a good take and what's like super greenable. The one thing I will say is going against smaller play, like Ja dunking on a guard, definitely felt a lot easier as I miss one on Dinwiddie. I mean, I show that. The one thing I will say is the opponent, the defender mattered. For example, like trying to dunk on Draymond felt a lot more difficult than trying to dunk on a guard, like a Kyrie Irving or something. Like it definitely felt like the defenders' attributes and badges mattered more than it did on 24, which overall is a good thing. I think that makes sense. But like I said,
graphics not look great, bro.
Without being able to see the green,
that's not
you really
bro.
Don't know.
Am I tripping?
What's a good or a bad take? It's going to be a lot of trial and error. Did it still feel good? Absolutely. Let's get into shot contest. So they took away percentages. And from what I understand, there won't be percentages in the real game either. So there's wide open, I think there's open, and then there's light pressure, which is a yellow contest, and then there's tight, which is a red contest. And then another degree that I saw was very tight, but it was also red colored. So I'm assuming it's just like obviously a heavier contested tight shot. But we don't know like how much more of an effect that has. Now, the bigger question I have is some of these shot contest systems. So I just have 2 examples here because I don't want to go on and on for hours and hours. But check this out. Okay, KD pulls up. It's a light pressure. Okay, shooting it over Brook Lopez. Now let's check out this MJ fade over Dwayne Wade. That's a red. So let's break this picture down. I froze it at the release point of both of their jump shots. If you see the first one on the left with Dwayne Wade, I reached. I'm the defender in this situation. I tried to like get a strip animation or something like that. So there is no hand.
Oh, you told me 30 minutes.
Even above Michael Jordan's waist at the time of him releasing that fade. And I got a red contest. Now on the flip side over here with Kevin Durant, Brook Lopez contested this shot pretty damn well. Like his hand is all the way up basically by Durant's wrist, almost right by his hand. It might be like one of those in real life where you shoot and the defender, you high five the defender as you release the ball. Like he's right there, and that's a yellow. So that makes me think maybe Dwayne Wade's perimeter is much higher than Brook Lopez's. Maybe his challenger is much higher, or is it going to go back to contests where it's just really depends on where you're standing? Like if you're in the hitbox probably isn't the right term, but you understand what I'm saying. If you're like right up against the defender, even without a hand up, is it going to be a red this year? Because I'm going to be honest, though, the jump shot that KD's taking looks a hell of a lot more contested than the one that Michael Jordan's taking.
After he makes this point.
And like I said, the Jordan contest was a red and the KD contest was a yellow.
So what I'll say to this is, I'm actually blocking the Jordan contest over here, or over here. What I'll say to this is like this obviously isn't a great contest. So the fact that this is red is pretty crazy. But I can understand this being a yellow. I don't understand this at all being a very tight contest because he's reaching. Jordan is way up. You know, the weight is way down. This is wide open to me. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe a slight contest. But we have to understand something here. Okay? This is Kevin Durant, right? That is KD. KD is one of the best he's one of the best scorers, you know. Yeah, as the Jordan one is a slight contest, even because he's close, you know what I mean? Right, at least yellow, yeah. But I'm not mad about this one being a yellow because we're talking about KD on Brook Lopez. This is KD. So this to me isn't that big of a deal that this is, you know, a slight contest. This does not hurt my feelings that this is a slight contest because it's KD. Now, if this was me on a 6'3" Derrick Rose or 6'3" Russell Westbrook, or like even a Curry and it's Brook Lopez in my face like that, and it's a yellow, and I'm the defender, I'm fuming. But like, if I'm the defender and I got, you know, a 6'11", 7-foot shooter doing a go-to shot, his signature shot, which is like a hop jumper / fade, right? I'm not mad about this. This is where the realisticness of a video game can be seen. You know what I'm saying? If people want that realistic feature, there it is. We're talking about KD. We're also talking about NBA players right here. We're not talking about my career. We're not talking about Park. We're not talking about Rec. We're talking about KD. This doesn't hurt my feelings at all. But with that, we are going to end the 2K gameplay review. I think this will be around an hour. Tomorrow we have my player builder breakdowns. I don't even know if I want to watch it. If I do watch it, it'll be on stream. I'm not going to try to watch too much. You know, we'll do some videos on it. But yeah, that's going to end that. And we'll wait to see the my player builder.